Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business. It's your boy, Big Cell, FHO's HNIC. Mr. Him Be Everywhere.
What up, man? It is Friday morning. I know it's early. I know y'all saying, damn, Sal, what the fuck? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What in the hell is going on, man? Like I say, anytime you ain't with me, just as cute as you want to be. But when you get with me, looking like an old lady. Shit, me. I mean, you was decent, but you wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't, I'm single and free sharp to like, oh, cause you know what I'm saying? White on white. I see you got you like that. Anyway, man, it is Friday morning, man. First off, let me tell you something, man. I love y'all. Whatever that little symbol and all that shit they be doing, all that little shit. I love y'all, man. Look. Here goes Suge Knight again. Always in the videos. Always want to be in the video. Always want to interrupt. You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight is. What, man? Anyway, so check this out, man. My topic today is about, and I know it's kind of crazy saying, see, we're in the middle of July, so why the fuck is we talking about weather, riding in the rain, weather, the whole 9 yards? Listen, I don't know exactly what's going on, man, but this weather has been fucking crazy. It's been rain, it's been sleet, damn near snow out of the middle of nowhere, and we're all the way in July, damn near in August. So I want to say, I don't know what's going on, but I wanted to take the time to talk about this subject real quick because a lot of people always ask me, Sal, what do you do when you know, if you're out and it starts raining, or how do you ride in the rain, or what do you wear, what kind of protection, what do you do? Okay, so we're gonna talk about that this morning, man. We're gonna kick this thing off, man, and again, call-ins, questions, whatever you have, we're available. 424-242-2355 is the number to call in. Let me make sure we on. Make sure that the number is plugged in. Yeah, but we're going to talk about this today. And again, I know it's crazy to be talking about riding weather in the middle of July, man, but I experienced it all just last couple of weeks ago going to California. We had rain. We had extreme heat. We had pouring down rain to where this is one of the first times that I had to actually get up under a bridge, get off my bike because I was scared to death. It was raining that hard. The visibility had got to damn near zero, and it was just crazy, man. So I just wanted to just talk about this today because it's important, man. A lot of people are getting out riding. We still have a lot of trips going back to the West Coast. We got Chicago coming up, possibly Mississippi. So, you know, it is what it is. What are you doing with the gift bags? Oh, yeah. All right. So it's definitely going to be crazy. But let's kick this thing off, man. Let's get this thing cracking, man.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
Wow, so here it is, man. So the biggest thing about riding in the weather, man, let me teach y'all something. Always prepared. There's a couple of apps that we use, and when I say we, some of the greats, some of the yonder getters. One of the apps that we use is My Radar. My Radar is an app that's mainly accurate, and it's a pretty good app. It's free for you to download. You can pay for the upgraded version, but you don't need to. But the thing about My Radar is that it actually follows you. You know, you put your location, and it follows you, and it shows you, the different things. It shows you the freeways, the routes. You can blow it up, scale it down. You can do whatever, and actually have it follow you while you're going, so you can see the weather up ahead. It gives you accurate timeline, the whole 9 yards. To me, that was one of the better apps. And this is one of the apps that I use, My Radar. So plug that in for you yonder getters and people that finna get weather. Like right now, it show rain even in Georgia right now. That's crazy. Lawrenceville, Snellville, Winder, Beaufort, and all that stuff. Crazy. It's raining in July. So that's one of the main apps that we use. The other app is, of course, the Weather Channel. They have the Weather Channel also has a video. Let me see, a kind of like a tracking system too that they use that you can follow. That that you can use, and it gives you the weather called radar. So they have an app too called Radar. It shows you the different highways. 60. I'm looking at right now. Hold on, I'm looking at right now. But this is for Alabama. Current location. Okay. So I got Atlanta, and it shows you the different highways. You can zoom it in and scale it out. Whatever you want to do to wherever you are. But so these are the different things that you have to do. Now lately, the whole thing is none of this shit has been working. My radar haven't been accurate. The weather, the radar app on the Weather Channel hasn't been accurate. So it's just been a lot of unexpected weather, a lot of unexpected bullshit popping up out of nowhere, and that's been crazy. So we definitely. Only thing I can tell you, man, is these good white folks is playing with the weather. I think they experiment with stuff, and I think it's a lot of different stuff happening that that's just going on, man, and it's crazy. So, with that being said, let's talk about some of the things you can do to first prepare for your trip. One of the things I do is probably right around from maybe June to October. I basically only carry a rain suit. I keep a rain suit on my bike 24/7. But in the winter months, from basically October to I said June, I'm wearing my big rain suit anyway, my heated rain suit. So I don't need a rain suit. So I could take my rain suit off the bike. But whenever I'm not riding in my big rain suit, or whenever I'm not gonna have my big rain suit on, I take my I keep my smaller rain suit on the bike. And I keep that on the bike. I don't care if it's going to be 117 degrees. There's a couple of reasons why I keep my rain suit, and I'll get into that. But I always prepare for the weather. The good thing about your rain suit is this, and I'm going to tell you why you should always keep a rain suit on your bike, especially during the summertime or whatever. The reason why you should always keep a rain suit on your bike is, number one, let's just say you're out riding at night and it gets a little chilly. Well, you could take that rain jacket and that rain suit jacket and put it on above your jacket, or above whatever you're wearing, above the jacket or whatever you're wearing, or the shirt you're wearing, and it'll help keep you warm. That's number one. Number two, if you happen to have a breakdown or something happen, or you guys are on the side of the road and you got to wait for somebody, and let's just say y'all got to wait a couple hours, and you got to be off to the side of the road. You can take that rain suit and lay it out and sit on top of that rain suit, or lay on top of that rain suit. Use that as a padding between you and the ground. If you got to work on a motorcycle on the side of the road, you can use that as a padding between you and the ground, because if you spill oil on it or dirt or whatever, all you got to do is rinse it off and keep it pushing. So you always keep your rain suit, not just for the rain, but it helps with, with other stuff. I've used mine as a pillow when I had to sleep at a rest stop one time. I was tired enough where I had went into the night, didn't get a room, and stopped at a rest stop, pulled my bike over next to one of the benches, and kind of let it run a little while to keep me warm, and used my rain suit bundle as a pillow. So there's a whole lot of reasons you want to keep your rain suit on your bike at all times. And those are just some of them. It's some other uses for them as well. But with the weather being the way that it has been lately, it's just unpredictable. We don't know what the fuck is going on. We don't know when when is, like I said, we're watching the radar and out of nowhere it came to rain. And I mean, it came down on us. I mean, horribly. It came down like wow, like wow. So that was crazy. So the other thing about riding in the rain, people always ask me, Big Cell, how do you, when it comes to riding in the rain, how do you ride in the on the ride back from California, my bike almost cut off 3 times when we got caught up in rain. Filter sock is a must. Yes. If you have those open breathers, and that's my man J1, if you have those open breathers, you need to keep you a filter sock. A filter sock, when you buy an open breather, your breather comes with that sock. Sometimes you might have to buy an extra one because you lose them. But a filter sock for all your open breathers. Your open breather is anytime if you're on your motorcycle and you can see your air filter, that's what you have. You have an open breather. Okay. A lot of people put open breathers on their motorcycle for better, for better breathing, for performance, gas mileage, etc. But if you have one, when it rains, you need to be able to put that sock on there. That sock keeps the water out, but allows the air to flow through. So you need to have those. You need to be prepared for those. And depending on how much rain it is, you need to pull over and put it on. In this case, J1 said he definitely needed his. But one of the things, like I said, that you do not want to do when riding in the rain, let's just say you didn't prepare for the rain. You didn't, it was no rain in the forecast. You took off on your journey, and you get, the rain comes out of nowhere, you get caught in a storm. At that point in time, you have to decide if this is what you're going to do. Am I going to ride this, or am I going to try to wait it out? Sometimes you can't wait it out. Sometimes the rain just follows right along your path. So it's just different things to do. But again, in any and all circumstances, the most important thing is never panic. As long as you don't panic, hear what I'm going to tell you. As long as you don't panic, you can weather the storm. You ride to your capabilities. A lot of people like to slow down in the rain. I kind of speed up. I kind of like to keep my speed a little bit faster in the rain because I have more action at better handling in the rain. I'm not saying I'm out there doing 80 or 90 in the rain, but I'm not doing 30 or 40 neither. I'm doing a little bit faster than the cars. And one of the tricks is to get in behind a tractor trailer or a car and follow in their wherever their tire was. So you want to ride in their tire tracks. The reason you want to ride in their tire tracks is because they've already split the water for you. So most likely that, when they go by, if you tuck right in behind them, you can just ride in their tire tracks, and you won't be kicking up a lot of water. You won't be getting into deep water spots because the truck is gonna come through and spread the water, and you come right through as the water comes back together. So that's one of the things. You never panic. You have to decide, hey, I'm gonna keep riding. This is what I'm gonna do. And you ride it out. If you do not want to ride it out, then the safest thing to do is to find you an exit. Decide I'm gonna make it to this exit, and either most likely find you a pilot, a Loves, or a TA, where you can at least leave the bike outside and go inside and rest up, or or get out the rain and find out what you're gonna do. Look at the weather. If you want to pull over and put your rain suit on, but do not do it on the side of the freeway. We've lost a lot of people for being on the side of the freeway. If you have to pull over on the side of the freeway, get your ass away from your motorcycle. When we pulled over, I told everybody, get off the bikes and go, get away from the bikes. You have to understand, a lot of people will follow the light. And another thing, turn your lights off. Because sometimes, just like us on motorcycles, we're following lights. You feel what I'm saying? We're following the red lights in front of us, and a lot of people are following the lights in front of your motorcycle. So you're pulled over on the side of the road with your lights on, and the red light is there. Somebody will come and run. We've had several different instances where people have gotten run over on the side of the road. Some bad drivers sleep, drivers texting, drivers can't see as well. Right. So, here we go. What the fuck is going on? Yeah. Anyway, I believe we back. Let me get these shout outs real quick. Andrew Aurelino, what up? Sel, greetings from Korea. What up, Korea? Joseph Johns, Don Henderson, Arnita Sheffield. What up, Arnita? Bear Miller, Freddie Miller, Charles Pompey, New York, GM. What up? Curtis Cersei. No shenanigans on some real shit. Joseph Johns, Craig Flurney, Ro Toro. What up, Ro? DJ Fears, 619 Capricorn, J1s, Darren Wolf, Jim B. V, what up? VFHO, Johnny Smith, Quentin Porter, Mr. No Excuse, Dirty Broke, Joseph Fan, Hawk the Pack. What up, Joseph? And Ryan Gatling. What up, Big Cell? I just started checking you out. I like what you do, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Ryan. So we're talking about riding in the rain. We're talking about weathering the storm. We're talking about preparing for the rain and then being caught out in the rain as well. And I say, and I know this is a crazy subject to be talking about because we're in the middle of July, but it's been some fucked up weather. The weather has been crazy as hell, man. I don't know what the hell is going on with the weather. From one coast to the next coast, in the middle of it all, it's been just rain, and I'm talking about, like I said, rain to where you can't see no visibility rain. So one of the things I want to just tell you, man, is prepare yourself, okay? Know your riding skills, know your riding level, and just know your capabilities. One of the things you don't want to do is panic when you're out there in the rain. You don't want to panic. You don't want to, be unclear about, hey, do I still want to ride or I don't, do I still want to continue this? So you always want to be prepared to, make that decision. On this trip home from California, we had to get off the highway and get a room for like 4 hours. We still had to pay full price for the room, but I'd rather pay that for the room and have a better chance to make it home later on than to try to weather the storm and somebody go down or get hurt or whatever. So we ended up pulling off the highway. First we got up under the bridge, kind of figured some stuff out. Then we ended up to say, okay, we're gonna go to the next exit or two exits, probably about 8 miles up. We went 8 miles up, and we went 8 miles up. And, hold on, y'all. Somebody's trying to call. We went 8 miles up, and then from there, we went and got a hotel or whatever, and we paid, like I said, we paid dearly. But it was, like I said, no amount of money was worth the safety, or no amount of money was worth us taking a chance on, getting hurt or, being out there, So we just decided to pull over. So you have to know if you want to take this ride, if you want to continue this ride or not. Like I said, I keep a rain suit on my bike at all times for the most part. If I'm in my heavy rain suit, like I said earlier, then I don't need my smaller rain suit. I'll take it off the bike, make more room to store something else. But other than that, I keep my rain suit on the bike because the rain suit come in handy not just for the rain, but like I said, if you need to lay on the ground, if you need to get somewhere and the ground is hot, you can use your rain suit to be a buffer between you and the ground. If it gets cold at night, you can take your rain jacket and put it on over everything else, and it will help you stay warm on that level. But it's the biggest thing is that, man, prepare and know your skills. Please prepare yourself and know your skills. If you've never ridden in the rain, you have to ride in the rain. You're gonna have to experience it. You're going to have to see how it is because, again, like I said, especially with the weather we're having today, we don't know when it's raining. The apps are not showing rain. The weatherman is not talking about rain, but then here comes the rain. And I'm not, like I said, we're not talking about sprinkles. We're talking about pour down, drenching rain. So always prepare yourself for that, man, and always just be prepared for those situations. Follow your route, know your route, know where you're going. You do that to travel, but you also want to do it for the weather. Check the weather on the other end of where you're going. Check the weather in the middle of where you're going. Check the weather where it is where you start, from the start where you're going. And look at it for the days. Like if I'm leaving Monday, I won't be on the West Coast till Thursday. Well, check the weather there Thursday, and if possible, check it for your way home, coming back home. And these are all the things that we do to prepare. It's so much that go on behind the scenes that we do to prepare for these rides. A lot of y'all just think we just take these rides, or you take these rides with us and you just happy-go-lucky. But we prepare so much. We put so much into these rides, checking the weather, checking the roads, checking the safest route, the fastest routes, the whole 9 yards. And it's just some cool shit to do. Now, I found something out. For me, I do not like 40, okay? You always hear of people saying, go 40, especially going from Atlanta to the West Coast, going to L.A. I don't like 40. 40 is the most boringest highway, and I can imagine 80 is too, but 70, those highways up, they just boring to me. It's just all fucking hills, mountains, grass. It's cooler, but it is just straight boring. I can't do that. So I'd rather take 10, 20, catch the heat, deal with the heat, and deal with that than to take that 40. And the 40 is just always, it's just boring to me. You're back. Thanks. What up, Big Cell? Okay. Morning. Who got Charlie Boy Parker? What up? In your opinion, what's the best tire? I heard the Dunlop American Elite, Quentin Porter. I ride the stock Harley tire. Whatever the tire came on my Harley, that's what I put on there. I've never really gotten into what's the better tire for my bike. I just, whatever they put on there, whatever Harley put on there, the Harley tire with the little Harley symbol on the sides, that's the tire that I ride. And I think it is a Dunlop, if I'm not mistaken. But I just keep it. My bike is 100% stock for the most part. Only thing that's not stock on my bike is the handlebars. But they were installed by Harley mechanics, the whole 9 yards. So I keep my bike as stock as possible. So the tires that came on my bike are the tires that I run. I don't run any different tires. I don't try to run, and it may be a tire that get better miles. For me, I'm averaging 15,000 miles out of my back tire, 30,000 miles out of my front tire. So for every 2 back tires is 1 front tire. And another piece of advice, when you change your tires, change the bearings. I don't care what they tell you. Oh, these bearings are good. Always change, especially on your front tire. When you change your tire, change the bearings. It's, they already got the tire off. It's an extra $100 or so to just add the bearings in there, change the bearings. That will save you so much money on the road in the long run, I promise you. It is a Dunlop tire. That's what I thought. I thought the stock was a Dunlop tire. Yep, it's a Dunlop. Okay, does the hammock seat make that much of a difference? Turk, I have a hammock seat, and I bought an aftermarket hammock seat. I bought one from online for like $100, and I caught it a deal on my hammock seat. Now, to be honest, all I'm gonna say is this: the stock seat is is always what I've ever rode. I've never rode anything other than the stock seat. Your ass is gonna hurt no matter what seat you ride. I can say though, with this hammock seat, because it is wider, and because of let me explain to you why the hammock seat is supposed to work, and why it works better than a stock seat. Your stock seat is made on top of a plastic shell, okay? And you're basically sitting on you're sitting on top of the plastic shell, the cushion, and then whatever the covering is, the vinyl covering. If y'all think y'all got leather seats, whoop-de-doo, you got a vinyl seat. But you're sitting on top of that. So every time that you hit a bump or whatever, you're feeling that plastic against your ass bone, that plastic against them cheeks, that plastic. So over a period of time, with the vibration, the bumps and everything, it's going to cause your ass to hurt, especially when you sit in the saddle for a long time. Now, the beauty about the hammock is on a plastic frame, but it's suspended. It's suspended inside it, so you're never sitting on the plastic frame. You're almost sitting like you're sitting on air, per se. So that's the design of the hammock. It's just like a hammock, a real hammock that you lay in that's suspended in between two trees. You know, you're not, you're kind of suspended in air. Well, that's the design of the hammock. The hammock has what it does is it lifts the cushion and the material off of the plastic, and you're kind of just sitting in that that little hammock kind of space with another piece of material that's allowing you. So when you hit a bump, you're not bottoming out to the plastic of the seat. You're just kind of, you're just feeling it almost like an air, like you're sitting on air per se. So that's the good thing about a hammock. Has it made a difference? I can say it has. For sure, I can say it has. Yes, it does. Ass still gonna hurt though. Jay wants to say, yeah, it do, but your ass is gonna hurt. Jonathan Riley, I only have a few T-shirts, maybe some 2Xs, 5Xs, a 4X, maybe a 3, just a few. Whatever I have left, I have maybe a handful of T-shirts left. So you got to hit me up personally for that. So when it comes to that riding in the rain, ladies and gentlemen, it's just it's dangerous. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. It's scary sometimes. It's dangerous, but the biggest thing you can do is, like I said, not to panic and keep your gearing tight. So, for example, when I say keep your gearing tight, you want your RPMs to be higher, not lower. You want the higher RPMs, not because you're revving your bike up, but because you're in a tighter band. So, for example, I'm riding along and I'm in 6th gear and let's say I'm doing 85. And the rain starts and it starts to get heavy. And in my 6th gear, normally for my bike, I ride in between 32 and 35 RPMs. That's kind of like my sweet spot on my bike. On my bike, my sweet spot is like 33, 34 RPMs, whatever. So in between 32 and 35 RPMs is basically where I'm riding, more closely to 32. So as I'm riding and I hit the rain, I will bump down out of 6 into 5th and move my RPMs up to probably 37, 38, the tighter RPMs, because you give your bike a tighter feel. Your bike has more handle. It has, whenever you need the throttle is already, your throttle response is tighter. It's faster. It's more responsive. So you always ride in a tighter gear when you're in the rain or in any inclement weather situation, or in any situation. If you're going in a curve, you want to ride in a tighter RPM or a tighter gear, because you want to be able to, if you got to throttle out of it fast, or if you got to make a maneuver, you want to be able to have that. So that's another key, another safety key. Does anyone else pop Tylenol before they hit the highway to stay ahead of pain? I don't even use medication. I don't even like medication. So I never use anything other than lately I tried, on this trip to California, I tried those little stay awake pills that didn't do shit for me. Those little B12 pills, they didn't do shit for me. But I don't do pain medication. I don't do Tylenol. I don't do all that Advil shit. I just lay my ass still. But it's nothing you can do. I don't think it's nothing you can do, Joseph Johns, to get ahead of the pain. That's just me personally. Hawk the Pack, appreciate that donation, sir. I don't think there's nothing you can do to get ahead of it. Joseph John says, okay, I got a Mustang seat, best investment I ever bought for my bike. Now, low key, that Mustang seat might work for you. I can't stand a Mustang seat. I tried a Mustang seat before, and it didn't work for me. So, what kind of Mustang seat do you have? Do you have just a regular Mustang, or do they have like a Mustang Comfort Ride seat or something like that? Speak on that, because a regular Mustang seat to me is horrible. That dude Spoon says, I got a gel seat cover from Cycle Gear. It helps out, but you're going to be sore regardless. Now, when it comes to adding all the different cushions, the Air Hawk, they got one called the Air Hawk. They got all these different cushions that you can add to your seat. Don't waste your money. That shit is a waste of money. That shit is a waste of money. Some people swear by them. Me and Queen have tried everyone every type of way. This is what I'm going to tell you. We have tried from the expensive ones to the little cool, cheap ones, and that shit is not going to make a difference at all. It just doesn't. It doesn't work for me. And again, what doesn't work for me, I'm not saying that it won't work for you. I'm just a big old fat nigga. So, I'm sorry. I'm just a big old fat guy. So, what the hell you trying to get a cushion for anyway? Your ass is fat, but whatever. So you have to, these are all trial and errors. I'm just telling you to not waste your money on a lot of these different things because it don't matter. If you're riding long distance, if you're sitting in that saddle, that ass gonna hurt. I don't care if you're a big butt girl or a big butt boy, that ass is gonna hurt, period. The vibration, you sitting on that metal frame, you riding on that concrete metal and vibration on your ass. That's what you're doing. You got rubber balancing in between the concrete and the metal, and the vibration is causing all of it to give you an ass sore event. So we're going to pay some bills and we'll be right back, man. We're taking calls too. Don't forget, 424-242-2355 is the number to call to talk about the subject.
Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show. The most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area. The highest quality customer service and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994. Eco One, the superior eco-friendly motorcycle and auto detailing spray. Eco One super wetting and low foaming polymer technology cleans by flowing underneath the dirt particles and lift them away from the surface. All you need to do is spray, wipe, and watch the amazing shine appear. All of this is done with very little time and effort. But the results look like you spent all day waxing your vehicle. Eco One. Don't ride dirty.
Say, man, we back, man. FHO's HNIC.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
Say, man, we back on. It's going down, man. So we're talking about weathering the storm, riding in the rain, riding in the storm. And we were talking about this in the middle of July, which is crazy because it's supposed to be nothing but sunny skies, blue skies, sunny days, and motorcycles everywhere. But it has been some terrible weather going on across the world. They just had a flooding last week in Louisiana, flooding in the middle of July. We caught a bunch of rain coming from California in the middle, in July, and going into August up top. People caught snow flurries. So I don't know what the hell is going on, man, but it has been crazy. It has been crazy. So just be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you are doing the best you can to prepare yourself, because like I said, it's just really been crazy with this weather. So hold on. Trying to see if I can get one of these cats on the phone.
What's up, my brother?
Good morning, pimpin'. Good morning, man. I got you on the live, man. Today I am talking about weathering the storm, riding in the rain. And I told everybody, I know we're talking about this in the middle of July, but it's been some crazy weather going on, man. I don't know what the hell. What the hell happened?
Yeah,
man, ladies and gentlemen, man, it's the Snowman. I done woke him up this morning. I done called him, man. So we're going to see if he'll answer a couple of these questions for us. So what's going on, Snow?
Man, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just trying to hold between the white line and the yellow line, man.
Just hold it in between there. That's enough space, too, to do it in. You would think it's enough space, but hell, it seems like they're making the road smaller and smaller around here, man. The way these tractor trailers been cutting us off and doing what they doing. What's going on with that, man?
Hey, man, I don't know what the hell. I came to the conclusion, Sal.
What you got?
I think that they mad because they over the road in a semi-truck instead of on a motorcycle.
Is that what it is?
So yeah, I think they just getting mad because they see us out there having fun and enjoying our ride, and they in them damn semi-trucks.
But we used to kind of go hand in hand. The trucks used to look out for the motorcycles. When we first started this thing, you don't remember how they used to look out for us?
Yeah, but they starting to see too many of y'all last concert.
Oh, that what it is?
They say it's too many people having fun.
That what it is. Yeah, they in that truck. They stuck in that truck, and you out here on a motorcycle enjoying life.
Yeah, man. The old lady done pissed them off. Jody at their house. Man.
So, Snow, we're talking about weathering the storm, man, riding in the rain. Like I said, coming back from California, man, we caught some rain that was so unbearable. This is one of the first times that I've ever had to pull off the highway, get up under a bridge for a little while and then try to go a couple of exits up. And we had to get a room for a couple of hours and try to figure some stuff out, and then came on in late on that night. What advice would you give somebody to either preparing for the rain or getting caught in the rain? What do you do?
Well, let's start with preparing first. First, when you prepare for the rain, you first need to have the proper gear, rain gear. And me, I just prefer, I ride a Harley Davidson, so I try not to, I get the best rain gear that they have. I don't go in there and buy the $40, $50 one. But then, on the flip side of that, it really don't matter which one you buy, because you're still going to be wet either way, depending on how hard it's raining. Get the rain boots to cover up your regular boots. They got the wet weather gloves now, so I got those. But like I said, at the end of the day, it depends on how hard it's raining. You're still going to be wet somewhat. Yeah. I don't know if I'm putting that shit on wrong or what. I've been doing it a long, long time. And my shirt still get wet right there in the middle for some reason.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's called God. You know what I'm saying? They ain't made nothing that can keep God out of whatever he want to get into.
Well, that's a fact.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, Sale, this is what I express the most. First of all, riding in the rain is a very, very dangerous thing, especially for non-experienced riders. Yeah. I suggest that if you're not an experienced rider or you don't feel like you're that skilled or your skill level is not that high, depends on the severity of the rain, you should just pull over and get off the road. Period. Me and Big Cell, we done did some crazy stuff. We done rolled in the rain when it was flooding. So I wouldn't advise that to nobody that's, kind of scared of the rain or a beginner rider. And also, and Sal, you right, they made us get off the freeway going to California this year on the 40.
Wow. The
state trooper told us, hey, y'all got to get off. It's raining too bad. Can't see your thing. Anything made me get off there was that lightning. I ain't doing no lightning.
You ain't doing no lightning.
So when I seen that lightning, I say, you getting off, baby.
Yeah. And listen, that's in the middle of July, though. That's what I'm saying. We're in the middle of June, July. What the hell is going on?
I don't know what's going on, man. But yeah, that rain fell. I don't advise people to sprinkling, light rain. Yeah, the motorcycle's gonna do it. The question is, can you do it? You know what I'm saying? And I just right now, Phil, it's been so much happening. If it's raining that bad to where you're not comfortable, get your ass off the highway, get your room, because ain't nothing worth your life or you going down or, getting hurt or nothing like that. So even with you, Sal, man, we usually go through it. It don't, no matter what.
Period.
This is the first time this year for me too, Sal, that I actually got off, got a room, stayed till it was over with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even coming back, man, when I got in Oklahoma, man, it just, I don't know what the hell happened.
I'm telling you, we caught ours right outside of Biloxi, maybe 40, 50 miles, right outside of Tennessee, right before Biloxi. It was unbearable. We had to get a room for like 4 hours just to let the rain and dry up. And that's what I'm saying. One of the things I told him too, Snowman, is that I keep a rain gear. You keep a rain gear on your motorcycle. I don't care if it's going to be 117 degrees. The rain suit has multiple reasons, multiple uses. If you got to work on a motorcycle, you lay on top of the rain suit. If you got to, if you're waiting on somebody to go down and you got to wait, in the dirt or off to the side of the road, you can sit on your rain suit. Just different stuff like that. But more importantly, like I tell them, even if you get cold, your rain suit protects you.
Yep.
You know, it'll warm you up a little bit. But one of the things too I told them is that, number one, never panic. That's the number one thing for riding a motorcycle. Never panic in any situation. And then number two, if you keep your gear tight. Remember how you taught me how to keep your gear tight? Go down a gear and put your RPMs higher and tighter because it gives you better handling of your motorcycle. My other question to you is this: when it rains, do you go faster or do you go slower, or how do you determine what speed to do? Because a lot of people like to slow down. Me, I keep an aggressive speed. Not, of course, I'm not going to do 85, 90, but I'm not going to do 30 or 40 either. I'm going to probably do my 60 to 70, maybe, and just keep a nice aggressive speed. What advice do you give on that?
Well, I suggest the same advice. Me, I still be running 70 and 80, but I don't want to give that advice to nobody who hasn't been riding long enough.
Yeah.
I will say, though, keep your motor tight and wound up. And what I mean by that, if it's raining severely like that, you want to keep, because a lot of times, my bike coming out this time, my bike cut off.
What was it? Was it the air? You got the water?
No,
it's
the water. It was the water getting in my filter.
Yeah, and we talked about that too, having that filter sock. I talked about that earlier.
Yeah, so I didn't have my sock on like a big dummy, but it wasn't raining when I took off. So, but anyway, I said I would maintain a decent speed, and the reason why I say maintain a decent speed and put your hazards on, because I'll be fearful of somebody not seeing me and running over me.
Yeah.
If you're in the freeway going 20 and 30, if you notice cars and semi-trucks, they ain't slowing down.
At all.
They still running 80, 85, and they run up on you and don't see you, they're going to run you over. So that's why I say at least maintain the speed, 55, 60, somewhere in there so you don't get run over, and have your four-way flashes on so you can be seen. And if you got your rain suit, I always buy the brightest and loudest rain suit I can find, whether it's orange or neon green or whatever, just so you can be seen.
Yeah, and one of the things too was to add to what Snowman said is that if you can't ride at that speed, then get off the highway. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're going too slow and it's going to cause a situation. You're going to cause, like he said, somebody to run up on you. They can't stop, or, whatever, or they try to stop and hit us, So if you can't maintain that decent speed, like I said, me personally, if I was doing 85, I'm going to probably bump it down to 75, maybe even 70, and just keep it tight. Mm-hmm. One of the other things that you taught me too, Snowman, is to follow the tire track, riding the tire tracks.
Most of the time they already moved that water out the way.
Yeah. So that's one of the things you taught me as well that I do. I get in one of them tire tracks and I just ride that, and that keeps you, from picking up a lot of water in your tires and having that little, that little wiggly feel.
And also what I do feel, like on some highways and freeways where you see the ruts in the road where them heavy trucks is being, water settles in there. So during that time, when I see that in the highway, I ride in the middle of the lane.
Yeah.
But always remember this too. The left lane is always pretty much, there's no water settled in the left lane. Okay. So you're pretty much safer in the left lane, but also it's dangerous if you're over there going slow, because you got to remember cars in that left lane and they feel like that's the hammer lane. So they're still going fast. Right. So keep that in mind too. That's why you got to maintain that speed. If you decide to get over there in that left lane,
like I said, the biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you learn these things as you go, and you know your skill level. And then that's one thing I tell everybody: don't ride my ride, ride your ride. Don't ride Snowman's ride your ride. We're giving you advice for you if you're out there, to take heed of it, to have some type of something to stand by. But like he just said too, you got to know your own skill. Like I told you earlier, you have to know your own skill. You got to know if you on there and you shaky and you don't got that confidence, then get your ass off the highway. And another thing, like I said, if you get over on the side, get off the motorcycle. Do not sit on the side of the road on your motorcycle. Don't do that. I promise you.
I'm glad you said that, sir, because that's one of my biggest arguments with my club and with people I be riding with. And it burns me up and it pisses me off. And I tell people, right, look, if you have something going on with your bike, if the motherfucker is still under power, we're going to get off at the next exit. Do not pull over on the side of the daggum road. I hate that. And then in cases when they do pull over on the side of the road, after I done told them don't pull over on the side of the road, they parking their bikes right there on the yellow line.
Crazy.
And then they got their backs turned to the oncoming traffic. They're laughing and playing. Someone sitting on their bike, playing on their radio, playing on their phone. Get off the bike. If it's a guardrail there, get over on the other side of the guardrail and face the traffic so you can see what's going on and what's coming towards you at all times. They'll tell you. I go all the way over there in the woods. I don't trust nobody.
You already know. They be like, "What's sell at?" Oh, they nigga, what you doing way up there? Fuck what y'all going through. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because we done seen it. We done seen a group of riders getting mowed down sitting on the side of the highway.
Yeah, it's a big group because it attracts the attention of everybody passing by. So people are not paying attention. They're braking. They on their phones. They videoing now, saying, "Oh, there go a lot of bikers," and they just not paying attention. And run off the road and kill everybody. They ain't gonna kill me. Yeah. I'm gonna be way over there in the bush.
They gonna kill my motorcycle and I'm gonna get that check. But Big Cell gonna be up in the what was Big Cell in the bushes, nigga? What you And another thing too.
So that's my biggest advice, man. Y'all don't if you can help it, don't stop on that side of the road. Yes, shit happens and you have to, but if you gotta get on the side of the road, get across the guardrail and face the traffic or get far away from the side of the road, please.
Also, another thing too, another word of advice, man, and this is why we in Snowman always say this: you wear a pair of boots that you can hike in when you're riding your motorcycle, because you're not gonna always stop in the friendliest terrain. You understand what I'm saying? So you're gonna need them boots. You need a good pair of riding boots that you can do some hiking in. I call them, hiding. You want to call them riding, hiking boots or whatever. But all of my boots that I wear on the road are designed for me to take a 20-mile hike. Goddamn it, if I have to. Take that hike, you know what I'm saying, through the desert.
My boots the same way. Yeah. And the way Sal just said that, for y'all who don't really understand what he's saying, I always use the word a pair of comfortable boots.
Yes.
Something you can stand up in all day when you get off your bike at a party or a picnic or at Harley or whatever. Because if you can stand up in them all day and they comfortable, you can walk in them.
That part, yeah. So you always want to have it, and like I said, these are just different gems. The other thing too is that we want to tell you this, man, is that be prepared. Because I was telling them, Snow, on this trip, my radar didn't work. The Google did nothing work. It wasn't no rain nowhere in sight. And I'm saying, okay, well, how you don't show the rain? And and it's coming down on me. But my radar, do you still use the My Radar app?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I use that app and the Weather Channel app.
Yeah.
And hell, I just learned how to use that within the past year. Flaco had to teach me how to use that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was just, how it was. We just ride.
Just ride. Yeah. We get on the freeway, just ride. We know which way we go.
And that's another thing, Sal. Back then, we didn't have all that shit.
None of it.
So, hey, all we knew to say if we seen some clouds. Remember how I used to determine if it was running? I used to look on the other side of traffic.
Look on the other side of
see
traffic.
If they had headlights on the windshield wipers, and we pulled and put on our rain.
That was it. That's what we used. That's exactly what we used. If we didn't see it, we saw the other side. That's a rain indicator. Look on the other side of the freeway. The traffic coming your way. If they got windshield wipers on the headlights, that means it's raining up ahead. Damn it. that what it mean. Well, bro, I thank you for your time this morning, man. We're getting ready to head back for East Bay Dragons, man. I'm not gonna do a bigger ride as I did this time because I'm still resting up from that. So when I tell you my whole body and my mind, everything is decomposing from that California ride, man. We did the thing. I'm proud of both of us.
Man, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of y'all too, man. You did that, man. That was big.
Yeah.
That was big, man. I got to get out there to East Bay, too. And when is that?
That's the end of August, player.
Okay.
Now, but in between there, let me tell you, but in between there, you got the Roundup and you got Next Level, Chicago, and that. So I'm telling you, listen, man, y'all want me to do too much riding around here, man. This don't make no damn sense, man. I know, but I'm just saying. This don't make no damn sense, man.
I think the first weekend in August, I'm going to tear ass out here to Seattle. Do Seattle and back.
Okay.
And I think that's around the same time as the Roundup, though. And then I'll probably shoot out the East Bay with you.
Okay. Well, yeah, definitely we're going, and we're doing it the long way. So I talked to Easy, and I talked to Easy yesterday, and I told him we might pull up at their bike night Wednesday night, and then Thursday head out with them. Or like the people in Arizona who had the house open, I talked to them. We might just go there and rest up and then leave there. And, so we got different options, but I'll put it together and make sure I, let you know everything we're going to do. Let me ask you this, and this I want to ask you this question. Listen, man, that goddamn 40 is the boringest highway in the world. I don't want to do 40 anytime to go to East Bay Dragons, I'm taking 10, 20 to the 5. I'm not fucking with the 40, Snow. I'm just
boy, you take that 10, 20 to the 5, you already look like charcoal right now.
Listen, I don't give a damn. That damn 40, man. How do you deal that 40? Come on, Snow. Come on, man.
I'd rather deal with the boring than the 120-some degrees on that 20 and 10 any day.
No, sir. Give me that heat. Like I said, maybe because I'm black repellent or something. Maybe my black ass got a heat repellent on it or something. But that damn 40, man, I mean, Lord, listen, it took everything I had in me not to run off the side of the road, man. That is the most boring. I'm sitting up here saying, how the fuck this Snow? I don't remember 40 being this goddamn lonely.
All of them lonely. You stay on them.
No, but at least on 20 and 10, you got different cities in town popping up. It's a different city.
Yeah, they just closer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that 40, nigga, that 40 is like a bad breakup with nothing but country music playing in the background, nigga. all you hear Garth Brooks, are you lonely? Are you blue? I'm like, what the?
Hey, you can tell we can go up to
80.
Like the 70 or 80.
Yeah, and I've been on 80. I took 80 all the way from damn near Chicago all the way to Oakland. They take you right to Oakland's door, and it was a long and boring ride too. But it was just something about 40, man. 40 just took everything from me. Like, you don't, like, dude, even the people in the gas station is boring, and the damn like what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh my goodness, my homeboy. Listen, man, my boy Wimp say he was on 40, and he said he was all bored to death. He said he put up at the gas station. The motherfucker got the nerve talking about, how was your ride? He said he lost it. He wanted to beat the motherfucker up. Wimp say he lost it, Snow. He say, motherfucker, fuck you asking me about how was my. He say Willie Wimp say he straight lost it, man. He lost his marbles, man. But I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
I think 10-20 has gotten better with the gas stations. 40,
I know. I noticed that. Earlier this year, I went across.
Yeah, 10-20 guy. You really don't have to. I mean, you got to worry about gas, but you ain't got to worry about gas like on 40. On 40, nigga, you got to worry about that gas. You fuck around if you want to. Your ass will be out of gas on 40.
But remember back in the day when we first started doing it, the 10 and the 20 gas stops was far apart.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough gas to get there.
Yeah. But now I think 10-20 done got you ain't really got too much to worry about on 10-20 no more at all. But that 40 though, I'm like, I was gonna ask Snowman, how in the fuck do you do that 40? That shit is miserable to me. I'm like, what? I'm telling you, that shit is like you just broke up, nigga, and all they got playing is country music. It's just
I'm telling you, it is boring, but it's boring, but it's a lot cooler ride in the summer.
Yeah.
And
well, hell, do we have a summer yet? Is summer started? Shit.
I don't even know. Shit, I couldn't tell you.
That part right there, man. That's what I'm talking about here. We don't even know if summer done started. It's still spring, winter, fall or something around this motherfucker. I don't know what the hell it is, what we got going on with the weather, man. Y'all quit playing with the weather, man, and let us have our seasons, man. All we want to do is ride motorcycles, man. That's all, man. You understand what I'm saying?
That's it.
Well, brother, I appreciate you, man. I definitely keep you posted. Keep me posted on the Seattle run if I'm not doing nothing.
Okay, for sure.
I might even just jump on that ride with you. So let me know, brother. I love you, and thank you for answering the questions for the people, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Y'all be safe out there. Enjoy that ride.
Later, man. That was my man Snowman, one of the greats, man, and he kind of pretty much, like I said, that is who actually taught me when I first rode my first ride. Somebody had a comment on how much gas did we spend going to California. Again, if you use my formula, then gas is never really an issue. I'm gonna say I must have spent about probably round trip $700, $650, $700 round trip to go from Atlanta to California and back. So I got another jewel for y'all. He just texted me and said he was up. So let me see if he's available. Another jewel.
What's up, partner?
Good morning, brother. I got you on the FHO podcast live. Today we're talking about weathering the storm, riding in the rain, and I just wanted to call you and let you give the people some tips and some different advice on what to do when, to prepare for the rain and if you get caught in the rain. You got time?
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm just getting in the truck, but I'm good. How y'all doing this morning?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the greats. This is my man Flaco, man, another highway bully, yonder getter. So, Flaco, man, when it comes to riding in the rain, where do we start?
Make sure you got the right gear.
Yeah.
Gear is everything, in my opinion.
Yeah, the right gear.
Yeah. Having the right gear and preparing for it. Being prepared mentally, physically, all the good stuff.
So, for you, at any given time, okay, the reason why I'm speaking on this, and I know it's July, but the weather been crazy as fuck coming from California, going to California, coming from California, and we're in the middle of June, July, to have the kind of weather we're having is crazy. I don't know where it's coming from, but it is what it is, and like even now, like they just had a flood last week in Louisiana, so this weather is just not predictable anymore, and so that's why I'm speaking on this because when you ride now, you got to prepare for it all. Normally, during this time, Flaco, we damn near just t-shirt, socks, and drawers, and we gone. You know what I'm saying? But lately, it's just been crazy as hell, man. So, what do you do to prepare for if you got to take a trip and you know it's going to be some rain? What do you do to prepare?
Just make sure I got rubber gloves, got my rain suit. I like to keep at least about 3 different pairs of gloves, just for the simple fact that I'm one of them people that kind of get irritated or agitated when my hands and feet get wet. As long as I keep my hands and feet dry, that's the most important thing for me. I'm good to go usually. So I try to always track the storms too. That's something else I'm always doing. I mean, if you can find you a window and leave an hour later, leave an hour early, whatever, that's always a good thing to do because you'd be surprised how many times you can beat a bad storm if you just track it properly and, try to catch a good window.
What app do you use to track your storms with?
Weather Channel app.
The Weather Channel.
That's what I use. Yeah, what I do is I just put my destination and say I'm going to Houston, Texas from here. It gives me 3 different routes to go on the GPS, and then what I do is I track the cities that I'm going through on each of those routes and see which route is better for me to take at the time that I want to leave, et cetera, et cetera. And again, even when I leave that morning, I get up early, usually 2 hours before my takeoff time, and track the weather times. It's pretty accurate, a few hours before. So if something's changed, if a storm's kicked up or, kind of escalated somewhere else, then I reroute or, I do what's best for me. That's for sure. Safety first.
So, besides having the gloves, what do you use to keep your feet from guaranteeing to get wet? Or is there a guarantee?
I wear chick wall fireman boots. That's what I wear. My feet don't get wet. And the key to that is, making sure that your rain suit is on right.
Yeah, because that's what Snowman just said. He said he been putting on rain suits for years, but apparently he still ain't learned how to do it because he gonna make sure he get wet some kind of way.
You've seen Snowman, you've rode with him, and, you know, no disrespect to my brother, but he likes to ride in a suit that's comfortable, and it's a couple sizes too big.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so that.
I'll be honest with you, I bought the wrong size one time, and I put the extra large on, and it fit me better, you know, and I was like, man, it kind of looks small. Man, I tell you what, I don't get that wet anymore. That's just my take. Yep.
So knowing the proper size of the rain suit that you need. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So you don't buy a rain suit. You don't buy a rain suit for comfortability. You buy it to kind of be a little snug. Then is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Like I said, I mean, it sounds crazy, but hey, don't knock it till you try it. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. So buy a snugger. Okay. And with the boots, the Chickasaw boots, they're rainproof boot, waterproof boots. Okay. I think we just lost him. Flock. He said he was handling.
How about that? Monster jumped in my truck.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
So yeah, the Chippewa boot is a fireman boot. It's fully waterproof. It comes with a zipper front and got like a tongue built in it, so you can't really. Once you zip it up, it's your foot's secure. It's snug in there. There's no way for the rain to get in. Again, your suit's got to be on proper. So if you got a suit that's just running down your leg, inside your pants, your feet are getting wet that way. It's not your boots. It's coming in from a different area.
It's coming in from there. Okay, so let's use a scenario. You're out and about, and you wasn't expecting the rain, and now the rain has come. What do you do?
Usually I just, again, one of those deals, depending on where I'm at, if it's that bad, I might get off on an exit, and these are things that I'm doing now, because I did my share of riding in the rain. Who cares what's in front of us? We fly through any weather. All them things, but
the good old, we're gonna call them the good old days. Like it was the good old
the good old days, yeah. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, laugh at me, but now it's a lot of brothers want to ride me because I really track that weather, and like I said, it's just one of them deals where if I can stay away from getting in a bad storm, that's what I'm gonna do. So, but if I do get caught in, like I said, I try to pull off at a gas station exit, refuel. Check things out again. I know it sounds crazy. Some people are not going to want to do it, and that's cool. Like I said, just keep on piping, and keep your fingers crossed and pray that a car doesn't not see you or a semi does water doesn't, knock you off the bike. Because I've had that happen the other day. It was about knocking me off the bike. The water was coming off his tire so bad.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm just like, what am I doing? I think it's time to pull off, and then the rain gave. So I was like, we should be able to push through it, one of those deals. But again, I was like, man, maybe we need to just pull off.
Yeah.
So, again, safety first. And like I said, I'll pull off, check it out. And then, like I said, sometimes I'll set that exit for, 15 minutes or whatever. One time I was on the side of the road, a country road. So I even made a video. And everybody's like, oh, twist the throttle, quit being scared. I heard all these comments, and I just laughed because I'm like, I've done thousands and thousands of miles in the rain. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. So, I'm letting everybody know, like, sometimes not that serious. Just pull off, man. Kick back a few minutes. That storm blew by me. So,
yeah.
And then in 15 minutes, I took off and never got wet the rest of the day.
Yeah. One of the things, too, I tell everybody is, and this is something that a lot of people don't know about, is your visor on your helmet. Your visor, some of the visors, you guys have those, they have pin lock. It's called a pin lock system. A lot of you guys have the pin lock system, but don't know what the pin lock system. Do you use the pin lock system, Flaco?
You know what? I don't. I don't, and I should, but I just, like I said, I just crack my my front lid a little bit. If it's, and I'm talking about the visor part, I crack that a little bit, and I try to use the fogger stuff, Rain-X and stuff, and a lot of that stuff works for a little bit. But I'll be honest, that pin thing is, I've seen people use it, and I don't know why I don't use it. I need to stop, being stubborn, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
I love it. Trust me.
It's a great concept.
It's
a great concept.
Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah. All bullshit. When it's foggy, if it's foggy or cold or hot or raining, that shit don't even affect you at all. I mean,
right.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, one of the things I was talking about earlier, Flaco, was keeping your motorcycle tight, keeping your gearing tight in the rain. You don't want to be lugging. Do you agree to that?
Oh yeah, I agree. Totally. Yeah.
You want to keep your gearing tight. Also, do you ride at a faster speed in the rain, Or, I mean, what I'm saying is that, like I told her, if I'm doing 85 or 90 and it starts raining, I'm going to bump it down maybe 70, 75, but I'll never go down 35, 40. If I got to go that slow, I'm just going to get off the highway. Do you agree?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's in my opinion, when you're going that slow, and I think you can cause an accident more than you create one.
Okay.
So that's just my opinion. 'Cause I've seen cars going 40, 50 mile an hour, and I'm just like, man, what are you doing? You backing traffic up. Some people want to go, and again, it's one of those deals where in the perfect world, everybody's driving slow, gets in the right lane, and everybody's in the left lane's passing, but that's not the case. So, yeah. I'll be honest, I do the same thing. Back it down a little bit. Especially depends on visibility, you know what I mean? Sometimes I even go down to the speed limit.
Yeah.
If it's raining hard, again, I try to be safe, and I also try to, depends who I'm riding with. It sounds crazy, but if I'm by myself, I know what I can do.
Yeah.
I don't even second guess it. But when you got riders with you, people remember that, when you ask people to go out on a trip with you and you invite them out and stuff, sometimes you got to ride the weakest rider's ride.
Yeah, you
know,
do.
it's,
yeah, you definitely do.
Been there, done that too. So again, that plays a part too. But again, I do the same thing you do. Slow down a little bit, 75, 80, bump it down a little bit. Just the roads are wet. Your reaction is going to be a little bit different. Your bike's definitely going to react different. So,
do you also follow in the tracks of the vehicle in front of you?
Yeah, depending on who I'm following. Yeah, car, usually I can, I try to stay away from big trucks, even though there's, because anything can happen at any time. But yeah, again, it's one of those deals where I ride. I feel like the safest part of the road. That's what, everybody's different. They feel different. So, I can't tell you where to ride. But I definitely try to go where I feel the safest.
Yeah, I follow in the track. What I'm saying, I follow in the track. Like, if it's a car, it depends on, like you said, how bad it's raining. But if I'm locked in on the car, I'm going to follow in that car tracks because that car has already spread the water away from the road. So I kind of ride in those tracks, as best as I can. So
I know what you're saying. So yeah, now like I said, I think a lot of guys do that. And like I said, honestly, I don't. When I'm out there until it happens, I couldn't tell you. A lot of times, it don't seem like there's that many cars in front of us. Honestly, it seems like I'll be honest. I mean, I'm just being honest. It seems like we're passing cars more than we're following them. In my opinion.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, well, man, any advice that you could give besides don't panic, ride your ride, like you said, know your limits? What other advice would you give?
Just be prepared, like I said, and again, don't be scared to pull off, or don't feel like it's too much. Don't have too much pride to pull off. If you can ride your ride and you get through it, more power to you, man. But again, like I said, just be safe. Biggest thing is be safe. Get there. Get to them. I think the biggest thing we're seeing now, though, in the Yonder movement is people are stressing getting there and getting back home safe. That's the goal.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's what it is. So all of the hype and all of the glamour and all of the yee-haw and all that shit is over with. Now it's get home and get back safe.
Yeah, that's how I feel. You know what I mean? So, but don't get me wrong. I told you the other day, man, I still get excited when I go across. Like, my bike's down right now. They're talking about want to tear the motor down. It's getting tore down today again for the freaking fourth time I've had that bike. Wow. It's only been 3 years I've had it. And Atlanta Thunder Towers let me know that they're going to push ESP to give me a brand new motor. I mean, it makes no sense to rebuild it again. This will be the fourth time they've done that, and every time it's $2,200, $2,300. I mean, just in parts and labor. So I said, you guys could have gave me a brand new motor already, and probably a warranty the motor for a year. So it's a no-brainer in my book. So hopefully I'll be back on. I'm itching already. I'm going crazy because I don't have a bike at home, but it's kind of good. So I'm getting ready for another trip. There's another one coming up real soon.
So I was just going to say, I was actually going to tease you because, we got Mississippi, Chicago, and Oakland again coming, right on your heels. So, those are my next three, man. I got Mississippi, then we got Juice. I mean, we got Next Level, and then you got the East Bay Dragons. So, we're preparing for those right now. So, anyway, brother, as always, it's good to talk to you. I appreciate your advice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Flaco, one of the greatest cats to ever straddle a Harley Davidson, man, and get out there and do it. Humble cat. If you catch him, he's always moving around. So catch him if you can, and just he'll give you whatever advice he can give you. But like he said, these are our experiences, and all we can do is share them with you and hope that you can take something from them. but these are not, we're not telling you how to do it, and you got to learn it for your own. But at least you got people like us in front of, because we didn't have this. You know what I'm saying, Flaco? Everything we learned basically, just on the fly. But and again,
Trial and error.
yeah, and so trial and error. But again, I love you, brother. Enjoy your day, man. Tell the family I said hey.
Hey, much love, my brother. Keep doing your thing, so we're proud of you, man. Keep that movement going, man. We got you back.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
that's my man Flaco, man. So another great out there that's doing it, man, and putting it down, man. So listen, man, you've heard the different techniques, you've heard the different ways, man, and it's just a beautiful thing. We're gonna try one more for you guys, and then we're gonna probably end this thing. But I want to give you enough information on it because, like I said, the weather has been totally crazy. So it just hit me this morning to bring this to you. Hold on, I got another one for you.
Hello.
Good morning. This is FHO, your boy Big Cell. You're on my podcast live. How you doing this morning, little sugar?
Oh, wow. I'm great. Lord have mercy.
You got a few minutes to talk?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm on vacation.
We're talking about weathering the storm, riding in the rain. And I'm calling you. I just talked to Snowman. I just talked to Flaco. They gave us their advice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Doc J, one of the up-and-coming legends on the bike set. A brand new rider for the most part, but she's out there. 40,000 miles or go over 40,000 miles in 1 year or go this year. So we're going to pick her brain a little bit and talk to her. And again, I'm bringing you people, different perspective from different people, because when it comes to, like I said, Doc, the reason for this whole podcast this morning was because the weather has been crazy. We're in the middle of July,
yes,
and raining and storming, and what the hell is going on? So it just came on my heart,
crazy,
man, to talk about this subject this morning, how to prepare, and then what to do when you get caught in the rain. So weathering the storm, riding in the rain. Good morning, Doc J. How you doing, beautiful?
Good morning. I'm good. Just relaxing on my last day off.
On your last day off. Okay, so when it comes to riding in the rain, how do you feel about it, and what advice do you give?
Well, it's kind of hard for me to prepare for riding in the rain because I just ride. Now, if I'm at home and I'm planning a trip and I'm about to go somewhere and I look outside and it's raining, I'm not supposed to get on my bike. That's just not what I do. I'm not supposed to get on there and purposely go out and ride in the rain. Maybe one day, but at my riding stage, no, I'm going to ride safe. Now, if I'm already out riding my bike somewhere and I'm out of town, and it's raining, I have no choice. I got to get on my bike and ride it out because I got to get moving. And, at that point, hopefully I have my gear. Whenever I leave, I always keep my rain gear on my bike because, again, you never know when you might, run into some rain, so you just got to ride it out. I've learned that as you go forward in your ride, and the rain is eventually going to stop versus if you just sit there, you may be sitting there for a long time and stuck in it. So I think you just have to really be wise about it. You definitely have to understand your riding skill. Like, just because Cell may be able to go out and ride in rain and snow and hail and hurricane, that don't mean that Doc J can. So I can't keep up and worry about what Cell is doing. And I think that's where a lot of us as riders are going wrong, is that because we see everybody else doing it and maybe they can do it, we're getting so pumped up that we can do it too. And that's great to be pumped, but you have to understand your riding ability, and you have to always ride at your comfort zone. So the best way you really can prepare for any type of weather is just understanding the type of rider that you are, riding your ride and preparing to ride safe at all times. And if you need to pull over, if you need to get a hotel to stay out the rain, then that's what you should do. And and don't worry about the next person's comments, hey, you're a rider, get out there and just do it. If you're not feeling it, don't do it.
Yeah, one of the things I told him too, and I'm speaking on this from the subject, is you have to know your skill level, and you have to,
yes,
you have to have the confidence. When it starts raining, you got to man up or woman up, and you got to know your confidence, and you got to say, okay, I'm doing this or I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you're not going to do it, then pull over. Like Doc say, I've pulled over. Coming home from California on this trip, Doc, was one of the first times that I've ever had to pull over because the rain was just unbearable. It was just too much. So we pulled over under a bridge, got off our bikes, got up under the bridge, and kind of waited for it to subside, and then, went down the road, got a hotel for about 4 hours, got dried up, and then got back on the road. But
let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Wait, but let me ask you this, because you just made a key point. Okay, you said this was the first time because the weather and everything was bad. Now, I know on your California trip, you had 30-plus riders with you. So as a leader, you had to use the best judgment for the crew that you was with. Now, honestly, if you was not with those 30-plus riders and it was just Big Cell, would you have made the same decision to get a hotel, or did you get a hotel because you was responsible for all of those riders?
Well, actually, at this point, everybody had already broke off. So it was at this point it was me plus 4 other people. I didn't have the big 30 group, and I'm telling you, I got off because it was too much for me, not for the group. Okay. No, not for the group. It was too much for me. And I'm saying, I know if it's too much for me, I don't know their complete riding skills. So I didn't even judge it off of that. I based it off of me, because I'm saying, whoa, this, because I had a female with me. I had my girl Dawn, my boy Scrap Iron, and Queen was following in the car the whole 9 yards. It was just a lot for me that I said, yo, hold on, Sel, I'm done. I'm done. So, and I tapped out and pulled over. So one of the things, and I'm glad you brought that up, because we talked about this riding your skill. Even if you're in a group, and like Doc J said, don't do it because the group is doing it. If you can't do it, then you can't do it, and you need to know that. All I'm saying is don't debate with yourself. Either know you can or know you can't. There is no in the middle, because while you debating in the middle, all kind of stuff can happen and go wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you have to have that, I'm doing it or I'm not doing it. And once you have that attitude, it is what it is. For you, Doc, when it rains, let's just do you slow it all the way down, or do you just slow it down a little bit and keep the a nice aggressive speed? What do you do?
For me, when I ride in the rain, I don't change how I ride. If I'm doing 80, I'm still going to do 80. And what I try to do is I try to follow behind the cars, and I ride in the path of the tire, because that tire is kind of lifting up some of the water. I found, and the reason why I do that, people may think I'm crazy, but when I first started riding, and I was so scared when I got caught in the rain, I was thinking, oh, you got to ride slow. And as I was riding slow, I was wobbly and kind of sliding, and it was just very uncomfortable. And my husband was like, babe, you don't race when you ride anyway, because, my husband, he do about 120. I don't ride like that anyway. So he's like, babe, because you don't race and you don't ride hard, you need to ride the same way. You don't kill yourself, doing 20 miles just because it's raining. And when he told me that, and then I tried it the next time, I realized he was correct. So whatever speed I'm doing, unless, it's traffic where you have to slow, I just ride the same ride, and I feel comfortable doing it. I don't wobble. I'm not sliding. It don't even feel like I'm raining. The only issue is sometimes if there's so much rain, on my lid, and I got to open it so I can see, and the water is hitting my face, that kind of hurts. That water hurts. Yeah. But outside of that, I don't change my speed. I ride my same ride. I pay attention. I'm just a little more cautious, but in regards to speed-wise, whatever speed I'm doing, I keep that same speed, and I just roll through. And for me, I've been blessed that before I know it, the rain has stopped. I've never been in rain where I've had to be in there for a long, long time. When I did that ride to Atlanta, and I ended up getting sick, that was the only time that, I was in rain for about 3 or 4 hours. Yeah. And then I had to finally get to a hotel because I have medical issues as well. And just being in the rain for so long, I felt like I was getting pneumonia or something. But even then, I rode in it for 3, 4 hours, and I did the same speed. It wasn't scary. It wasn't any issues. It was just cold as hell.
Okay. So the best advice that you would give is, again, you got to know your skill level. You got to know what works best for you. But like I tell everybody, if you're in the rain and you got to slow down that slow, then just get off the highway. You feel what I'm saying? It's better for you just to get off the highway because, like Flaco said, you're gonna either cause an accident or be the cause of an accident or get into an accident because you're going too slow. So just,
exactly.
If you have to slow down to where you're doing under the speed limit for the most part, then it's better for you just to pull off to the side of the road and get off your motorcycle. Do not sit on the side of the road on your motorcycle. Park it, get off of it, and stand 5 or 6 feet away from it. Off to the side of it, like Snowman said. If you can get on the other side of the guardrail, then please do. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just.
I would agree.
I brought this up, man, because the weather just been crazy, Doc. It's just been crazy as hell.
Yes, it's been crazy. I was talking to a couple of friends the other day and just said that, man, we were so blessed and so lucky because we just did that Black Girls Ride to Essence to Louisiana, and I left out on Sunday, got home Monday. I think a lot of people pretty much left Sunday, and then some more people left Monday. I think right after the last person left, Louisiana went crazy. It's flooded out. That bridge that I was telling you that I was so scared to ride on, I saw that. I like to die. I was like, oh my God, what if I would have got stuck in that? I would have really had a panic attack. So you're right. I mean, this weather, it just comes out of nowhere because the weather in Louisiana it was hot and sticky, but it was so sunny. It was beautiful. There was no wind. And a day later for it to just turn into a major hurricane, that's crazy. It's like you never know what the weather is going to change into when you out riding. So you got to make sure you stick to your schedule because I know even me, because I was on vacation, I was like, shoot, I think I should stay out here for 2 or 3 days, go ride other places. But some told me, you know what, just get home. And I'm so glad I went ahead and just went home.
Yeah. So if you could give any advice, Doc, as to anybody that's out there, either preparing or get caught in the rain, what's the best advice you would give?
The best advice that I would give is, one, always maintain your confidence. Do not panic. Realize that as a rider, when you got on that bike, you were confident. If you get caught in rain or whatever weather, don't change that confidence. Know that you can do it. Just be safe. Use your best judgment and ride, period. If you get caught in the rain, like Flaco said, like Cell is saying, you cannot change that speed. You will cause an accident. You will hurt yourself. If you don't feel comfortable, check into a hotel. Pull off the road. Do not pull off on the side because cars will not be able to see you and they can slide right into you. So safely pull off the road, get a hotel, go inside a restaurant, be safe. But enjoy the ride. Don't let the weather stop you. A key point I will give a person is that if you know the weather is going to be bad or you look out and it's bad and you have not already started your journey, if you're not comfortable, don't go out there riding in it like you got to prove something to somebody. Ride to live another day, So that would be my best advice. Just always stay prepared. Keep your rain gear on your bike. Yes, sir.
One thing I can say too, Doc, is that Snowman said this earlier in the podcast, is that the excitement about Yonder is, everybody's getting Yonder. So at one point we believe that a lot of people were doing it because other people were doing it. I think we're at the plateau now where we're all past that now. So now it's about getting to and from safely. It's about riding your ride, having a good time, like you said, staying safe. So I don't think, at this point in the game, remember when we started the state signs, everybody was going out getting state signs and, but I think we all past that now. So it's the people that are out there now are actually out there to ride and enjoying the ride, the whole 9 yards. So I don't know. I think we're leveling off now to where, everybody that's getting out there, they want to be out there and they're enjoying the ride in the whole 9 yards. So I don't think we have anybody out there riding to prove anything. I think we're past that.
Well, I would have to disagree with that just in the sense that, I have to agree with some parts and then disagree with some parts, just because there is a new generation of people, not that they're trying to compete, but a lot of you guys, including myself now, because I hear it all the time. Whenever I do my little rides, I get a call, I get DMs or something saying, hey, you're encouraging me because you're doing it. I want to do it. Because I saw you do this, I'm going out there to do it, and I used to be that person when, as a new rider, I would say more so the new generation of riders, which includes me. We look at a lot of you guys, and it's not that we're competing with you guys. It's just that you inspire us to say, hey, if Big Cell can do it, at one point, Big Cell was like me. So if he can do it, I can do it. So I want to go out there and I want to try to do this because I saw Big Cell do it. So you do have a new generation of riders that see a lot of riders getting yonder, getting the state signs, doing the 48, doing the 40,000-mile challenges, doing the Iron Butt challenges. And a lot of us are doing that because we see you guys doing it. You got to think about it. If I wouldn't have never seen you do the Iron Butt, how am I supposed to know that it exists? So we all can say that, we're not competing, and it's not so much copying you. I would use the word of more as you're inspiring me to learn how to be a greater rider. You're giving me the courage to go out there and ride because I see you doing it. I see, other women doing it. So, yeah, we're all beyond getting to yonder. But I think with everybody riding and accomplishing so much, it's encouraging the new generation for us to get out there now and make a way and show other people that you can do it. But I will say this one thing. In doing that for me, I watch a lot of riders. I've watched a lot of riders in the past that have encouraged and motivated me. But I've never just gotten on my bike and said, oh, because Cell can do it, I'm just going to go out there and do it. No, it's called training and preparation. Anybody that know Doc know I go to advanced skills, safety, motorcycle training classes once every 3 to 4 months. I pay for it. And I go to Team Arizona, which is a recognized training, teaching you how to ride your bike. So I take training classes, and I ride my bike consistently. The reason why people is always seeing me riding is because I have a lot of issues that I'm not good with, such as U-turns. I hate turning, on streets and gas stations. Curves, gravel, all of that. So guess what? In order to get better, I got to stay on my bike and practice. So I stay on my bike. That's part of the reason why I'm doing the 40,000-mile challenge. It's not so much just because, I want to get the passion to say I did it. No, it's making me ride so that I can get better on these poor areas that I can't ride for shit in. Like my husband told me when I rode with him and his brothers a couple of weeks ago, we were in a situation we had to do a U-turn. So I thought my heart was going to fall out my chest doing a U-turn in the middle of L.A. I'm barely moving across the street. And he told me, he said, babe, when we get back home, I'm putting you back in the parking lot because that damn U-turn, you almost got killed. I'm like, I know. I was so scared. He was like, man, you do all this riding, but you still can't ride for shit. He was like, but I'm proud of you because you can't ride for shit, and that's why you stay on your bike. So to everybody that's watching, everybody, get yonder that we are encouraging. Just know that you just can't get on your bike and think because Sal did it, you just to go out there and do it. You got to make sure that you're training and being consistent and really learning, how to ride. Anybody can get on the bike and ride straight, but the technical riding, like the U-turn, the turning left and the turning right, and doing all of that, that's what you got to truly practice on. And so I would encourage all of my new riders to make sure that you are practicing those things before you go out and really try to get this yonder. Because I guarantee if you're getting yonder, you will have to use your U-turns. You will be riding up hills. You will be doing bridges, hills. Yes. And I just experienced all that again last week. And the thing about it is, when I experienced it again, because I've experienced it so many times, I didn't panic. I had to get off and get gas and the only gas station was way at the top of the hill, and I had to ride. But when I exited, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I know which one you're talking about. Right there, coming out, right there in Texas, in between what's that? Texas, New Mexico. The one we call it the Oasis, the Chevron at the top of the hill up there.
Yes, and the Chevron. You are correct, and that was the first. And I see it all the time, and I always have enough gas. But this time, I was trying to push because I did get caught in some rain.
Hey, that is the Oasis. Yeah. That is the what? Yes. You thank God.
Yes, you would be so proud because your girl exited off. I seen it. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, God damn it. But it was like, I can't do nothing. I was at 9 miles in my reserve. I'm like, I'm not just to run out of gas out here. And I rode up there, and I was so proud of myself. I was just smiling because I rode up like it was nothing. Got my little gas. There was bees flying around that irritated the hell out of me. But I rode back down and got back on the freeway, and I was like, yes, you know what I mean? So the only way you're going to conquer your fears and get better is to really be out there and just ride in it. So that's why I'm doing my challenge, just to help me. I'm hoping and praying by the time I get these 40,000 pounds, my U-turns, my curves, all of that, I won't hate no more. But, you know, I'm halfway through and I still hate them, so I don't know.
One of the things, too, you want to do is that Ride Like a Pro class. That helped me with my U-turns dramatically. The Ride Like a Pro class that we actually took ours in Florida. And what he did for me was it made me 1,000 times better rider. Because the biggest thing is you have to be able to trust that when you look there, your bike is going. And he taught me that that was his thing. If you turn your head, I'm a flunky. So when I locked it in and just locked that steering wheel, the bike, and I was like, wow. So like I said, it's different things you can do. But I'm proud of you, sis. I wanted to bring you on because you are a new rider out there chasing goals, chasing dreams. You're out there getting it in. You're not letting your fears or your weaknesses keep you from getting out there practicing. You have been in the rain. You have been in the inclement weather. You were in the snow at one point up in
so up in Utah.
Yeah, up in Utah. So yeah, but it is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Hey sis, thank you. Enjoy your day. I'll call you later.
Yes, sir. All right, have a good day. Peace.
Yeah. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this show. I hope you guys were able to benefit from this information, man. There's a lot of stuff, and you heard different things from all three different professional riders, Snowman, Flaco, Doc, but everybody basically gave you the same thing: is you have to know your skill limit, you have to know what you can do, and there's nothing wrong with pulling over, getting off the ride, getting off the road. So you're not proving nothing to nobody by trying to be safe, or whatever. So it is what it is, man. But I wanted to bring this up because, like I said, the weather has been terrible. It's been iffy. It's been questionable on so many different levels. So I love you guys. Hey, thanks for the donations, man. Let me give my man a shout out. My man Hawk the Pack MCVA. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the donation. Also, don't forget you can donate Cash App, $FHO HNIC, PayPal, Fast, Harleys only at gmail.com. Hit the super chat button, man. Your donations are what keep all this going. Coming up, man. Coming up. We got possibly Mississippi for the roundup. You got Next Level Chicago, and we got East Bay Dragon 60th. So look for your boy there, and maybe all three of those, or at least two of those, we definitely will be doing. If you're interested in riding the East Bay Dragons, we're going from here to Oakland. We're going a long way. So if you're interested in going, hit me up, 424-242-2355. I'll find out what you want to do, give you the details, and see if that's a ride you want to make. We're talking about 2,600 miles one way. All right? That's at the end of August. I'm not putting it out there as big as I did the California West Coast run because, it is what it is. But if you want to go, it's there. We will be leaving Atlanta. We're making a stop in Dallas, making a stop in Arizona, and then we'll be in Oakland. So hit me up if you're interested in going to the East Bay Dragon 60th anniversary. It is an event that you need to experience in this lifetime if you have the opportunity. We're talking about 6 years in the game for one of the Mecca clubs, black clubs ever to exist. East Bay Dragons, Toby Jean, the founder, the president, a bunch of good guys, and they got a hell of a weekend planned for their 60th. They're going all out. So shout out to East Bay Dragons. FHO will be in the building. We will be on point for that. So I love you guys. And again, just thank you for tuning in. Make sure you support the channel. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the bell to be notified when I go live. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. The numbers have to move in order for people to start taking notice, in order for us to go to the next level. Tell a friend about the channel, man. If there's anything you want to talk about, you guys know you can text me. I do the FHO 10s. So if there's anything you want to talk about, anything you want me to talk about, anything you want to know, different protocol issues, different, whatever it is, hit me up. My phone line is always open, the FHO hotline, 424-242-2355. Anybody that know I'm available. If I don't answer, I promise to call you back, answer your text messages. I do all of that. I answer all of it. If you're interested in joining the FHO family or you want to know more about FHO, go to fastharleysonly.com. The website is up. We keep it as accurate as we can. My man Modog does an excellent job with that. So all the information is there on, different things. And it is what it is, man. Much love, much peace to everybody. It's Friday, man. Enjoy your weekend. Stay tuned tonight. I got my girl Mo. I think Mo will be on tonight. Me and Mo will be putting it down tonight. She got a lot of stuff to talk about. So if I don't have nothing in between there, I'll see you guys tonight, man. It's your boy Big Cell FHO HNIC. And as always, if I could leave you with something, I tell you, man, all the time, I love you because I truly do. I have no reason to lie to you about the love I have for you. I don't have to know you to know I love you, and there's nothing you can do about that. Remember that. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Ride your ride, stay safe, enjoy whatever it is you're going through. You woke up this morning, so you're in a blessed situation. There's no need to be upset about it. Whatever you can pay. Whatever bill you can't, throw it to the side and keep on pushing, man. Strive to be better. Mothers, hug your children. Fathers, hug your children. Mothers, hug your husbands. Let's just show some love, man. Let's get this culture back to where it is, man. Support one another. Support black-owned businesses. Support each other's dreams. Inspire people, man. I thank you for tuning in. I love you. Trust me, I do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you have any questions about this motorcycle stuff, this motorcycle lifestyle, buying a motorcycle, anything wrong with your motorcycle, hit me up, man. I'm always available. I try my best to be available to you. So this is what I've done. I've extended myself to you. All of my, good, bads, uglies, I can share them all with you. But I love you, man. Truly, I do. So it's Friday. Enjoy your weekend, man. July is here. This year's already gone. I remember we were just saying Happy New Year's. So it's flying by like that, man. And again, to each his own, man. Ride your ride. Enjoy yourself, man.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business.